Okay, some of you have been asking me the question, what do I think of Khalid Al Ameri? What do I think of MoVlogs? And what do I think of Nas Daily? Okay. I'll give my opinion about them since you guys asked. All right. And I'll try to keep it as fair as possible. Okay. First and foremost is, they're just like me. They are content creators. Okay. And they are very successful at what they do. When you compare me to them, they are like, I just have 30,000 followers or subscribers. They have, I don't know, 1 million, 10 million? I don't know how much they have. So they are far, far, far ahead of me. I'm not a fan of their content, but I have viewed them. See, so let's get first a couple of things out of the way. They are content creators like me. They are making a living being on YouTube. They earn money off the views and the ads. They are working very hard to put out their content, and it's not a casual affair. It might look, oh, they are just doing nothing. No, there's a lot of work that involves. There's a lot of planning. There is a lot of hard work, and respect should be given where respect is due. So I have nothing but a sense of respect for these three guys, and they are far ahead of me, far ahead. I mean, to be very honest with you, I don't think I can ever reach their level. And personally speaking, I'm not interested to reach that level. The reason being is, there are a lot of sacrifices to be made. There are a lot of investments to be made. There's a lot of work to be done. And I'm happy with my relaxed life. So, and YouTube is not the main source of income for me. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Now, coming to Khalid Al Ameri versus MoVlogs and Nas. Let me give my analysis. Now, see, each one has his own brand, has his own strategy, has his own way of doing things. Khalid Al Ameri is an Emirati whose mother is Scottish. He's really educated. He's well educated. He has a master's, I think. And I spoke to some of his colleagues, and they have nothing but good things to say about him. He's a very polite guy. He's very down to earth. He's a very nice person. Okay? That doesn't mean the other two are bad. But he's a very nice guy. He's a very family person. And what you see of Khalid Al Ameri online is a reflection of who he is. His integrity is very high. His value, ethics, morals. I mean, the only thing that my gripe with him is, he only portrays the happy, positive, good side of Dubai. That's it. He will not speak about a single bad thing. And to be honest, he cannot. He just cannot, because he's a public figure. He has 1 million plus people. If he dares speak anything, they'll shut him down. They'll put him behind bars. So he can't play around. I noticed Khalid Al Ameri the first time when he spoke about Etisalat and he was asking for Skype to be made free, and Skype, for them to lift the ban on Skype and WhatsApp calls. That was the first time I saw this guy, and I was very impressed with him. I was like, finally a Emirati who speaks well and is speaking the pulse of expatriates also. It was a very intelligent, well put, thought out argument. I mean, his logic was bang on, and I think he became famous after that. Everyone started saying, hey, look at this Emirati, he's speaking like this. And that time, I think he had only 100,000 subscribers. But ever since, I think it was 6 years since I saw that video, or 6 or more than that. Today, he's at million. And the guy works very hard. The guy really, creates content that focuses on the positive image of Dubai. He can be the brand ambassador of Dubai. He can be the social media spokesperson for UAE. He's really good, but he primarily focuses on Dubai. The part that I got put off by Khalid Al Ameri was when he spoke on the labor camps of UAE, And I think he gave the example of Al Nabuda, where he took, with his camera, he went into the labor camp of Nabuda, where, people are eating in this really elegant mess hall, very clean, and they have sporting facilities. They can play football, cricket, carom. They are sleeping in air-conditioned rooms, and man, that is not a labor camp, man. That is a fucking holiday resort. What the fuck are you talking? I was so pissed off. I was like, yeah, why don't you fucking go to Sonapur, where laborers are abused, where they sleep near sewages, where they cook food, where there are rats running around, where they are unpaid salaries, where during the quarantine, they were locked in. You're talking of 1,000, 2,000 people living in such horrifying conditions. Imagine for shitting, you have to stand in line and you have to shit, and sometimes there's no water there, and it's so pathetic. Some of them cook food where there's sewage coming out. So, some of them are sleeping where you can literally smell the sewage, man. I've been to those areas. You can just check it on YouTube. So for me, I got pissed off. I was like, what the fuck? This is fucking stupid. So I was irritated with that. But that's not to, throw cold water on his hard work. He has done what he can do. In all Arab countries where there's a monarch, any country where there's a king, even here Thailand, you have a lot of restrictions as per the government, as per what the ruling family allows you to say and not to say. Forget expatriates, even citizens. And in some countries, the punishment for insulting the country or the monarchy, you can be jailed for the rest of your life in solitary confinement. Have just Google search UAE, what is Mansoor, this human rights activist Mansoor. He has been in solitary confinement. Solitary confinement, for those of you who still do not get it, a small room where there is no windows, there is nobody to talk to, there's just a toilet, and there's you kept in some cases, a dark room with no noise. Once a day food is put in, that's it. That's solitary confinement. In Western countries, solitary confinement is a room, lit, but there's a bed. There's one window at the top for light to come in. And once a day, 1 hour you get to walk in a small corridor. You don't get to see anybody. You don't get to talk to anybody. You don't get to meet anyone. Just imagine doing that. I tried when I was a bachelor to lock myself in a room with no social media, no phone, no clock. It'll drive you mad. I was not able to last for more than a few hours, man. It drives you fucking mad. So just imagine these guys are there for, maybe they'll be there for the rest of their life. Just search on YouTube, solitary confinement, people who have been like 30 years in solitary confinement. How no watch, no clock, no social media, no phone, no internet, no TV, no talking to anyone, how it feels. They literally, talk to themselves. They have to imagine stuff. There's not even a book to read. So the point I'm trying to tell you is, you cannot, Khalid Al Ameri is limited in many ways, many ways. But had he the freedom to speak, I think he would have been like a Justin Trudeau, kind of a diplomat, sweet talking, likable guy. And he always, you see his videos, have you seen, Dubai, wow, this, that, and he tries to be this hyper enthusiastic, positive guy. So that is Khalid Al Ameri. Okay, so good guy, high integrity, lovey-dovey, everything, happy, and he shows his wife also. Wife looks like a really loving, respectable woman. So it's a good family. So I would rate him, even though I don't follow his content, I don't even know how many followers he has. I would rate him in terms of UAE's content 9 out of 10. He tries to portray in the positive side. The balanced view, 4 out of 10, because 6 is a negative. So he doesn't give the real image. Likability, I think, is at 8, 9. And That's what I rate Khalid Al Ameri. Now the next one is our MoVlogs. He's a funny guy. You know, I see him. He has a slight squinty eye, you know, so he look like you know, come on. Even I have the same problem. I also have eyes which are not symmetrical. If you actually see my photograph, see, if you see, I don't know if you can observe it. You can pause and have a look. See, you can pause and have a look. My eyes are not symmetrical, okay? So he has the same problem. So whenever he looks at the camera, feels so funny, you know. So anyway, poor guy. He looks like a nice guy, okay? He's a young guy. But he has taken on a strategy of showing expensive cars, and the first time I noticed him was when someone just shared the video. He had this huge amount of money in dirhams and say, oh, today I'm going to buy a car and this and that, and I fast forward the video, and next thing you know, House of Cars, that time it was there. Remember, I put the video and I said how they jailed this guy and they took over his entire business. So he went to the House of Cars, he dumped this money, and he took this brand new expensive car. I can't even remember which car it was, but a really fast car. And so I realized that this guy wants to flash his wealth, his money, expensive cars. And then I also noticed he had another co-creator. This female has big boobies. I noticed, I didn't even notice her face, I noticed her boobies. Really big ones. And she is smart. She knows how to strategically show them. So in a way you look like, you look at mom. So she's featured in some of his videos. I don't know who she is. Is he his girlfriend, sister, lover, co-creator? No idea, but whatever. So this guy churns out this content and brings out the videos where he likes to show money and expensive cars and rich people. He has featured some rich people in his videos, and it's not at all anything that I would want to see, you know. He kind of reminds me of a Dan Bilzerian, where he wants to show he's larger than life and richer. Some people have told me that he's a cafeteria owner. He has a small cafeteria and he's Irani. For me, it doesn't matter whether you have one cafeteria or you have 10. That is his personal life, and I would just say that he's very successful at what he does. His content is not at all to my liking. I really don't like that kind of content. So it's maybe for youngsters and kids who go crazy about all this, who like to see flashy cars, or some people like to see flashy cars or whatever. I feel his content has kind of diluted itself. It's kind of boring, and if he really wants to explode in terms of popularity, he will have to start showing the nightlife, the girls, bikini, bye-bye. Girls, bikinis, and the Ibiza kind of a culture, and living the high life and babes, and that's the only way he will get more followers and more people. Otherwise, it's the same old shit. Like, I don't know. There's even this one, Blondie or something, blonde female, who shows uber expensive cars. Like, if he shows expensive cars, this blonde female shows super expensive cars of UAE, and there are millions of followers. I'm pretty sure this guy MoVlogs makes around I think 20,000 dirhams a video, roughly that much, and through sponsorship deals and all that, which he doesn't reveal, I'm pretty sure he makes another overall, my gut feeling, I can be wrong, I feel he makes close to 30,000, at least 30,000 dirhams per video. Okay, that's $10,000 minimum. He'll make $10,000 minimum per video. That's a range which I would give. The only controversy MoVlogs had was when he was selling a multi-level marketing or something like that. You can search on YouTube. YouTuber has called him out on it, on investing in some cryptos or some multi-level marketing. And I don't know, he must have stopped that immediately, because he was targeting, I think, a very young audience, which was not right. So that's the only controversy. Apart from that, I don't have anything against him. He's like another Khalid Al Ameri who only shows the happy, positive side. But where Khalid Al Ameri is a family man, this guy is more like a young boy showing. I wouldn't say he's a young boy, but he's young, and he wants to show fast cars, fast life, the rich and famous. That's his shtick. And I told you, if he has to grow further, he'll have to show the nightlife, he'll have to show girls and DJing and, you know, sexy bodies and this and that. But yeah, he will stick around for a long time, but people will eventually get bored of his content because there's no substance apart from all this. Last and not the least is Gas Daily. Nas. I would say among all these three, Nas is the most successful. Global coverage, known across the world, traveled the most. But among all the three, Nas, Khalid Al Ameri, and MoVlogs, I have this thing about Nas which I feel is not a genuine person. I feel he's a very fake person. This is my opinion, okay? I can be wrong. He looks like a sleazy snake oil salesperson, you know? This happy, smiling, wow, would you like to see? Can you believe? And all that. And I hate that nonsense. Fuck, it's so irritating, man. And now he has come out with teaming up with people, leveraging on his brand. One is one old man, the University of Life. Then he's selling his NAS Academy course. And now he has teamed up with another two content creators, one which is his girlfriend and one other guy. So among the three, I would say Nas is the most hardcore business-minded guy. He's hardcore business-minded and he's into making money. His 1-minute videos have gone viral. It made him very famous. And I remember once upon a time he said he only wants to be on Facebook because he doesn't want to monetize his content. He wants to give everything to the world to free, and that all changed once he started becoming too famous. I guess money goes to people's head. So among the three, Nas Daily is the most successful, the most richest, the most well-to-do. But among the three, I would say I can't stand Nas Daily. His content it gives you a variety, but it's more like a promotional video. It's more like you create videos to promote places and events and people. So he's more like a promotional guy, you know. Advertising. If he creates an advertising agency, I think he'll do pretty well. But on the other side, you have to admire the guy. The guy is a bloody genius. He is miles ahead of all of us. He's very well educated. He's, Palestinian, born in Israel, and he has an Israeli passport. That doesn't matter to me much. But he's truly leveraging on Dubai right now. Now, out of the three, I would say Nas is the most successful. Khalid Al Ameri is the one which is most family oriented, and MoVlogs is just trying different things to stay afloat among the three. Who will be the most successful among the lot? I would say Nas will milk the fame and popularity, and he'll be there the longest. Khalid Al Ameri will continue being the face of UAE and Dubai. The longevity will be the greatest with Khalid Al Ameri in terms of integrity, in terms of brand value. And I seriously feel UAE should support Khalid Al Ameri and not Nas Daily. Not for anything else, but because he's a local Emirati. But the fact that his mother is Scottish, I don't know if that gets into the way. I feel Khalid Al Ameri can be a great brand ambassador for UAE. Nas Daily can be like a promotional tool and can keep hyping up things, but everyone knows that he is a money guy, so you'll use him once. And his girlfriend who comes in the videos, she tries very hard to look natural, but it's overacting. It's as she really has to take acting lessons because it's so fake. Especially the one they were promoting Dubai, when they were showing this guy on the ski, some hua and something, and Nas is saying yes and all that, and she's like, It's like, what the fuck, man? It's even worse than a fake orgasm. So it's all bullshit, you know. But anyway, she must be a nice person. I have no idea. I'm just giving you the image that I see there. So overall, if I were to rate integrity, Khalid Al Ameri 1. You'll be surprised if I tell you this. MoVlogs 2nd. And Nas Daily 3rd. Reason why MoVlog, even though MoVlogs likes to flex, but he wouldn't be a sellout, you know. Nas Daily will be an absolute sellout. In terms of being successful and rich, my assumption is Nas Daily 1, Khalid Al Ameri 2, and MoVlogs 3. Okay. In terms of content, I don't watch either of the three. I don't even know how many subscribers they had. But if you would ask me, if I had to choose, it will be Khalid Al Ameri 1, Nas 2, MoVlogs 3. And finally, overall, if I had to rate, I would say, you know, likability, preference, everything. I think Khalid is, I can relate to the guy, you know. He even went to Kerala, India. So, okay, I just saw the headlines, but I didn't see the video. Nas Daily, okay, for, you know, the variety. MoVlogs, there's nothing in terms of his content. And yeah, but overall, if I would recommend to anyone, I would tell them, if you want to see what happens around the world, the promotional stuff, watch Nas. If you want to see what happens in Dubai, watch Khalid Al Ameri. And if you just want to see bling bling, what money can buy and all that, just check MoVlogs. So that's as far as I go. And that's my opinion about those three. Personally, as a content creator, I have nothing but respect for these guys because they are far, far, far ahead. Like I told you, I don't think I can even touch 10% of what their reach is. If I could, would I want to? Like, let's say I can do it. Not that I can't do it. Let's say if I could do it easily. I really don't know. My heart is not set out on being this public figure with 1 million, because as it is with 30,000 followers, I'm finding it very hard. I'm finding it very hard to manage because I like to answer all the comments. I like to, my core is not YouTube. My core is my personal branding. That's where I get the serious amount of money. I have nothing but respect for the YouTube community because they keep me relevant. And it's a support function for my main job, you know. So the problem is when you get into these big numbers of 1 million followers and all that, you have to improve the production, you have to improve the value, you have to employ a agency, you have to employ somebody else to answer your stuff. There's a lot of work involved. So it's a daunting task. And it's way, way, way outside my comfort zone as of now. So I'll have to literally employ an agency and take my work much more seriously. And then it stops being a casual thing. It starts being an office-based professional job where you need to have a team, you need to have production, you need to have crew, you know. So it stops being fun and starts being work. So overall, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. Who do you like? Do you like MoVlogs more, Khalid Al Ameri, or Nas Daily? Who do you trust more and whom would you recommend? So given that you guys asked me about this, I thought I'll answer. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. This is me signing off. You guys take care.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.